Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to dominate your vocal chop melodies like a pro. And I'm going to show you some really important tactics so that your melodies don't sound bland or amateur. And I want to make this promise with you guys. If you watch this entire video from beginning to end, then I guarantee your vocal chop melodies will become at least 20% better. And right before we jump into the training, I want to let you know that I just dropped 2 packs for XFER Serum, and these are some of the highest quality presets I've ever made. So make sure you go into the description below this video and check out Orbital and Visionary for XFER Serum. Alright guys, so step 1 to making a vocal chop melody that absolutely dominates is to set yourself up with a really good sample and a really good acapella. I've noticed that making melodies with poor acapellas makes it 10 times harder to come up with something good. So what I like to do is I like to scan the samples on splice.com for just really good vocal phrases and really good vocal riffs. Recently I've been messing around with these Heather vocals. So when I make my vocal chop melodies, I like to use these vocal riffs with no words in them. Hey. You could just do so much more with these, and it makes it very easy to get a cool melody. Whereas if you were to use something like this, truthfully, you'll be all mine. You're dodging certain words, dodging certain syllables, whereas this one doesn't really have any syllables. You just chop it up and get what you get. What I like to do is I like to scan this vocal phrase here for different note transitions and different sustained notes. So there's going to be 2 types of samples that we're going to implement into our vocal chop melody. There's just going to be the sustained notes, and then there's going to be the note transitions. Let me show you a note transition that we're going to use in this melody. Right there. So it's naturally switching notes, and anytime you could get a vocal chop that is naturally switching notes and you can make that sound good, then you're in a really good place. Another type of chop that we're going to be looking for is that long right there that doesn't really do anything, but it's got some natural vibrato. That is a winner as well. To get a chop melody to come together really easily, what I like to do is mute the chords and just build off of the drums and bass. What we're going for is a rhythmic melodic melody, not just melodic. This is where a lot of people get confused. They build their vocal chop melodies that melodically sound good but have no rhythm. Your goal is to build this vocal melody both melodic and something that's rhythmically so good that it fits really well with the drums. Let's go ahead and take the first chop here, literally take pieces of this melody and piece together something really cool. And that's a really good start right there because it naturally pitches up. And then what I like to do with my melodies a lot of the time is leave a space here that we can fill in with some reverb or some cool effects. And then what I'm going to do is make a cool little rhythmic pattern here that sounds good with the drums. So I'm going to take this note. So right here we have a nice note transition, and this will sound super cool back to back. We could take this. Because these notes are naturally transitioning without me having to chop them up, you get a really natural vocal chop melody. It just sounds super cool. Alright, and so now we're going to take this little piece here, and we're going to start off the next couple of bars. So with a vocal chop melody, we could take these pieces and just repeat them. So we're going to take this one again. And we're going to chop this here, and we're going to repeat it. Anytime you can repeat those naturally transitioning notes, you're going to come up with something beautiful. And so for this last step down here, I'm going to close the melody, and here's the only part of the melody where I'm going to have to alter the pitch myself. So I'm trying to look for a nice sustained note. So I'm going to try this melody out here. Now that we get the first 2 bars, we can go ahead and loop this, and there's one last thing that we have to take to complete this melody. I like to mix this melody with the vocal phrases, and after we do that, we're going to add some effects to this melody to really make it pop. Here's our original vocal phrase that sparked the inspiration for this track.
Truthfully, you'll be all mine, all mine, all mine.
What I like to do is use the real natural acapella here to close up this loop. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop all the way down to here, and so we'll get this.
All mine, all mine.
I'll take out all of the vocal chops that overlap that vocal, and so at the end we'll end up with something like this. And you could even stutter these or do something right here in that empty space. Once you get a good rhythm that's mixed in, you unmute all of the other layers and you start adding your effects to these vocals to really make them pop. So what I like to do is use Alter Boy or Foreman Shifter, and it just makes it get that electronic sound. And what I do is just increase the pitch and increase the Foreman to make that happen. I also add some reverb. You can use any reverb plugin you like. And we're going to use a little bit of saturation. I'm not really using this for saturation. I'm using this more for the dynamics knob. It kind of works like Camel Crusher. And we're going to use a little bit more compression with OTT. This is why I like to leave this space, because you could fill it up with a lot of reverb. You could hear it just like travels. It's so nice. Then we have side chaining to the kick and a little bit of stereo imaging. Those don't really matter. We can loop this around and we have a full length drop. And that is how I like to make really special vocal chop melodies.
All mine, all mine.
If you guys would like more in-depth training on vocal chop melodies, chord writing, sound design, mixing, and mastering, come join me in my EDM Bootcamp. The EDM Bootcamp is not just a course, it's actually an entire back-end mastermind group where you can get unlimited personalized feedback on your songs as often as you would like from both me and the other students in the course. So if you're interested in really accelerating your music production game, go ahead and click the link below this video, and I'll see you in there.